Today I want to talk about how I have changed. Well, I've changed back. You might say I reverted back to my old self. Now, I'm an old retired engineer, and back in my day, us engineers, we always preferred to have function over form, which meant for me, I would always kind of forego the new technology on flat tires and the tools for the kits. I always carried a hand pump. And then I switched over to having the CO2 cartridges, which actually were really, really good, especially back then because we didn't really have fat tires, so the cartridge could fill up a tire. However, I always carried the pump anyways because we always wanted a reliable backup. We wanted it to work. And there had been times when I carried the CO2 cartridges and they were empty. Fortunately, I had the hand pump to back it up. Now, I did come into this century and I got an e-bike, so I'm really loving the new technology there. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to splurge and I'm actually going to go for some more technology for my repair kit. So I went for the portable compressor and I thought, okay, I'm going to trust it. And this is the only thing that I had in my kit to pump up my tires. Well, this actually, to be honest with you, performed very, very well. I used it about 4 or 5 times and it performed very well. But the other day, I was going through my kit and I just was sorting things out and I thought, well, you know what I'll do? I'll just charge up the battery. Now, when I did charge it, it still had 75% charge, so it should have been really good. So I charged it until the little green light came on. But then I tried to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on. And I tried for about 3 or 4 hours different things, even, whacking it on the side of a table, which didn't do anything actually, except for make me feel good. But right at that moment, I went online and I purchased me a new inflation kit. And the first thing that I got was this compact little portable pump. It works pretty good. Now, granted, if I had to use this to pump up a fat tire, it would take a while, but at least it would work. So in addition to this, though, I went back to some old new technology, and I got a CO2 kit. And because I have the bigger tires, I have a 27 and a half by 3-inch tires. I got the 25 gram cartridge. Now this one cartridge will fill it up about 75%. I use 2 cartridges. I can get my pressure up to 25 to 30 psi, which is about where I like to ride it when I'm on the pavement. So in addition to the inflator kit, I got a pack of 6 cartridges so that if one loses, CO2 gas, I'll still have some left. And since these CO2 cartridges are metal, they kind of chatter a little bit when they're in your toolkit or your bag. So I've taken a little napkin and wrapped it around there with a rubber band. And then I did it for all 6 of these in here so that they're one thing, they're protected. But the other thing is that they don't rattle around. It actually works pretty good. I've had it on the bike for a while now, and I'm really glad that I did it. So I decided to put everything into a separate pouch. So when I put it into the bag on the back of my bike, I have the air tool in here, I have the CO2, and I have some tire irons. I have all that stuff right in here, and I can just pull it out. So now I have the function, and I have a backup system also. I have the air inflator, the CO2 inflator, and I have the hand pump. So if the air inflator does fail, and I've got the extra CO2 cartridges, so I don't think it's going to, but you never know. Back up here is my pump, and again, it'll take a long time to pump it up if I have to do the whole thing by this. but at least I'll get home. Now, you might ask, why don't you just call somebody? Well, a lot of times I'm out on a far out trail where I have no cell service. You can't even get a vehicle sometimes out there. So I want to be able to self-rescue. And that's kind of why I wanted the backup system. And of course, when the compressor didn't start, and it doesn't start now, so, you know. Now keep in mind, the CO2 cartridges are made to be a get-home fix, because over time the CO2 gas will dissipate and your tire will deflate. So when you get home from your ride or whatever you've done, what you want to do is you want to deflate the tire completely and then pump it up with regular air, because this will dissipate over time. And so you'll find that you don't have a leak, but you might think you do, because the tire keeps getting soft every so often. So keep that in mind. So I did make a video of everything that I have in my repair toolkit that I have. There's a link to it up here so you can just check it out. But really, it has everything in there that's on that video, except I changed out the compressor, the battery operated compressor, and then I changed it with my CO2 cartridge inflator system, and I've got the pump. So, you know, you can check out my kit up here and see what I carry in it, and the only thing I've substituted is these items.